The bill that has been condemned by critics as the Don't Say Gay bill is now one step closer to hitting the governor's desk, but not before St. Petersburg Republican Senator Jeff Brandes tried to get the language in the bill targeting LGBTQ people changed. He filed an amendment to replace the ban on teaching about sexual orientation and gender identity in kindergarten through third grade to instead ban teaching about sexual activity in general.
If the intent of this bill isn't to marginalize anyone, let's make sure we aren't by passing this amendment.
I consider it an unfriendly amendment from a very friendly person that would significantly gut the effort of this bill.
If it's really about your concern about conversations about sex, and I would be concerned about that, and I think it's legitimate, which is why Senator Brandes' amendment was good, then it should just be about sex, full stop.
Well, the amendment failed, just like a similar one that was proposed in the House. Supporters, they continue to argue that this measure is meant to give parents more oversight over what's happening with their children while they're in school. But critics of this bill, who did support that amendment from Senator Brandes, say it was a step in the right direction because it gets to the root of the issue that many of them have with this bill. The insinuation that any discussion on LGBTQ topics is about sex and therefore is seen as inappropriate.
Can you imagine how infuriating it feels? How frustrating it feels to have your family, your culture, your history, everything that defines who you are distilled into your obsession with what happens in our bedrooms?
I didn't call the bill the no gay whatever bill. This has all been fabricated by the media, my friend. This does one simple thing. It decides who's in charge. And I believe it's imperative, if we love children, that we put parents in charge.
Senator Baxley there, who sponsored the Senate version of this bill. Now, the bill, which is officially known as the Parental Rights in Education, that now heads to the full Senate floor for a vote. That is where we also expect sometime this week to see a vote on the bill that would effectively ban abortion in Florida after 15 weeks if it's passed. And then tomorrow, a Senate committee will take up what's known as the Individual Freedom Bill. That bans any school lessons or workplace training that could make participants feel discomfort or guilt.